Hiya guys, it's SpectreGaming here. How are we all doing today? Yep, gotta fuck around with that like every goddamn time. I don't know why that is a thing. Right. Got no idea the fuck was that. I've saved it at the end of my turn. Right, let's see what happens in the end turn. Ah, he's coming back. Okay, my scout. Malice is, well, Malice. There's Malice, Marathi, Crone Hellebron, and Malekith. I think he might have Rakarth, I'm not sure. He's definitely not got Loki or Felhar though. There's Quickhead Taker. Great. These dwarves are going to have all the traits for killing all the vampire counts, all the traits for killing all the dark elves, and they've got the traits for killing the other greenskin characters, Azag and Wurzag. The only trait they've not got is for killing Grimgor, but I think Grimgor only gives you like a little bit of armor piercing or something on that load. Sending this hero up here, he's going to give 5 untainted and 1 obedience, so hopefully should stop it rebelling. And then I need to build, obviously I'm building that for the time being. The public order building is a complete one. I need the walls, and then I'll probably go for the Horde, but I'll build that at the end when it's tier 3. And I can get rid of the growth building. Just so I've got a fallback point should the worst happen. They like me. Where's his opinion at? Is he still deteriorating? Okay.
Ashen sea, ashen here. Yes, yes, we hear. Snitch will.
Sends it up a little bit.
Okay. Fighting soon.
See if we can try and hold the thin green line. And his arm is fully healed, so do I need to do anything else for that fucking armor? No, I don't. Right, so I could get Grimgor's armor, then I can give the Gambler's armor to Arog, or whatever Arog may have. What has Arog got? Let's have a check. Oh. Arog's got a 10 ward. kind of need to give that to Grimgor, ideally, I suppose. I thought no, Grimgor's going to get his into him. What about? I'm fucking mad. Okay. Against chaos, are we? Alright. I'm thinking of starting another campaign as well that I can leapfrog with this one. So I can do this one like every other day. And then same with the other campaign. So you'll have this campaign one day, the other campaign the next day. But I don't know what campaign to start. And because it's almost at Feb, I want to get it finished by the 16th of February before Warhammer 3 comes out. Because I've already got a bunch of thumbnails set up for the Chaos campaigns I want to run first. And I'm going to be leapfrogging 2 of those side by side as well.
Those Chaos men have got some shiny stuff. Think they can keep it from us? These kits are meant to be hard. They got squiffy gods that'll turn them into gribbly monsters if they're not. So, we're gonna have a good scrap. The Northern humans better not disappoint. What's more, they're all in a load of shiny stuff back from the big-hatted stunties. They think they can keep it from us? I want it all. Go get 'em, lads!
The big-hatted stunties. So the big-hatted stunties he'd referring to are the Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves wear something kind of looks like a top hat, but it's more like the some of the Russian woolly hats from like World War II era. So I suppose there's already a shout out to those. I know he gets reinforcements, because I've fought his battles before, but for the fucking life of me, I cannot remember where they come on. I hope they don't come on where I put them skulkers. Kind of moving them anyway. Why did it unselect Grimgor? I don't know why it does that, it's so annoying. Oh, it was him that didn't move. That side, that's where they're coming on. Oh, foot. Cramp. Stretch that fucker out. Cramp in my fucking toe. Oh. cramp, so painful, like goes down to the fucking bone. Are we just out of their range? Holy God. I wonder if they've meant to do that. Because I sure as fuck didn't. I just stopped them so these could catch up. Wanted them all in line together. So I'm going to send that in as like my semi-sacrificial line. So the second line gets there basically untouched. Any reinforcements on that side as well? Oh, Jesus. Oh shit, move back a bit. So some came on there, and some came on there. Alright, okay. The Flaming Storm's not a bad idea to cast, but the Burning Head is completely wasted. The Burning Head doesn't do any damage against armoured units. It's really crap. Not the Sorcerer. Should be over. Yep. Still, Black Hawk still took quite a bit of damage. I know they can recover it in like one turn, but there's always that like fear at the back of your mind, which can happen sometimes because the AI is not completely stupid, and obviously in the high difficulties they do cheat, so they can produce a lot of armies and they get massive reducements on the supply lines, which thankfully we're all going to get in Warhammer 3, which is going to be a lot better. I mean, it doesn't look as bad on there. It looks like, what, one quite badly damaged unit, one partially, and then one partial damage unit of Skulkers. And if I use that to heal, it should hopefully be less. Hopefully. Yeah, so it's not too bad. It's just it looks really bad in the battle sequence as it is. And it's like if I get hit by a full army of ranked up fucking dwarves, it presents a problem.
This is my land.
So he's actually got a better ward save. You've got the Trickster's Helm. I didn't realise he fucking had that. What have you got? And he's got Armour of Fortune, which is 5% ward and 5% physical. Well, I'll give him the Gambler's Armour. It loses the 5% physical, which is mean he's more vulnerable against units, but the 3% more ward save, although it's not a massive amount, is better for him. Because all the dwarves and all the and then these heroes get first dibs, the Grimgor's guys, so I'll actually give him the Armour of Fortune. She got that. Let's give you that one. And then it'd be Arrog's guys next.
Send me to battle.
Actually, already got a decent one. She's got 20 armor. What's the grey one? Armor 3, melee defense 4. I feel that's probably better. The armor's a bit bland. Right, okay. Yeah, just a bit more ward save, because all the Legendary Lords I'm against, so all the Dwarves have already got all their purples. The Empire guys have probably got theirs, and the High Elves have more than likely got theirs. And with most of the purple items, they come with enables magical attacks. So all of them have that, which means they can bypass physical resistance. So although you get 5% physical resistance on your Armour of Fortune, that's not actually as helpful as you might think. Because against a Legendary Lord, you've only got the 5% ward save. The 5% physical isn't going to help you. It'll help you against other units, and against maybe generic lords who haven't got magical attacks, unless they do have magical item as well. But it doesn't help you that much against Legendary Lords. And at the moment I've been encountering Legendary Lord after Legendary Lord. Admittedly the Dwarves have only got 4, technically 5 if you include Thorek, but I never see Thorek, and Thorek's also shite in combat, because he's a Rune Lord. Rune Lords aren't as good in combat as normal Dwarf Lords. So I've got like Grombundle, there's Thorgrim, there's Belagar, and then there's Ungrim. And they're all purpled outlook. Magical attacks, and so is the same with the other two as well. So having the Gambler's Armour for the extra ward save is actually better for him. And these are still vulnerable. Because he's not immortal for 3 ranks, she needs another 7, and he needs another 8. So if they die, they're dead. And then I've got to recruit a brand new, fresh fucking hero, which would take ages to level, which I'd rather not have to go through the ball-leaking task of doing. His army's fully kitted out with scrap. I know I've still got to do a few on Arog, but at the moment I want to flush out these 2 units here as well, because they potentially can do quite a bit, and if I can give them the scrap upgrade first, help a bit more.
Look for carrion. I go.
I'll send her up there. If I need to abandon Barakvar, I will, but it has got a full whack garrison on it now. It's maxed out, it's got maxed out walls, so it's as good as being in almost another city. Unless they have a special garrison. So the garrison's as good as Karazakarak. The only garrison that I think is slightly better is this one, and that's because that doesn't have walls, it just has a special garrison. So you've got way more Black Orcs and stuff. So if at the end of the day, if I'm going to lose a battle there, I'm going to lose a battle at any town, and more than likely any other city. Because that's the equivalent there of 2 armies. Because I've got the garrison army and the army station within it. So realistically, to take that, they need 3 armies. Possibly even 4. But probably 3 would do with the dwarves, because the dwarves are broken as fuck in terms of like auto-resolve and stuff. I mean, they'd probably be able to win it in auto-resolve with 2 armies, but I can beat 2 armies as I have done before here. Because if it's equal number of units, I'm fine. I'll be able to carry it through. But finally, at turn 202, Grimgor's finally got his second and final purple item. His second one. Only 2, but the quest lines are that fucking long-winded, and I've been under that much assault from the dwarves and Empire. I've not had time to physically do it, because the problem with quest battles is that your army does get injured, and when they get injured, that injured follows you back to the real world where you are. So you can't do it if you're about to get hit next turn by an army, in case you take too much damage. So it has that little bit of a knock-on effect, unfortunately. But finally he's going to have that. Plus also, last time I played Grimgor, he didn't have the explosion on his armour. That's been added in the rework. So that's more recent. So he's going to have a 27% ward save. Good. And then if I can get him a Talisman of Preservation, he'll get another 5% as well. I don't know why they changed Talisman of Preservation. It was really quite handy. Because they had the Talisman of Protection was a 10% ward save. The Talisman of Endurance was a 15% ward save. And the Talisman of Preservation was a 20% ward save at the time. But there were some lords getting like 60% ward saves, like Count Noctilus and what's his name? Kolek Suneater. But there's certain lords, generally not always in the hands of the AI, but in the hands of the player. But at the end of the day, those factions are already really fucking hard to play. So having one decent unit with one decent army with one decent lord shouldn't be cause to change 3 magical talismans, which are useful well into the end game. So what a ward save can't be bypassed. A ward save will always protect you against anything in the game, be it melee, ranged, artillery, magic. Whatever they use on you, a ward save will reduce or prevent the damage. That's the whole point of a ward save. It's the best save you can have in the game. I mean, to be fair, most of the attacks in the game will also be mitigated or stopped by physical resistance as well. But that works like something they used to call it in the tabletop game was called a demonic aura. because demons could have a ward save, but not against magical attacks. So that was like the physical resistance they've got in this game. The difference is the physical resistance on this game, you can have it on anything, not just demons. But it comes through the things of, it comes through either a tech on your research, or the red trip grade on your lord, or you get it from a magical item or a magical banner of some kind usually. Some units do have it standard, like your rare and decent units. I get a feeling they're going to need probably to tweak some magic in Warhammer 3, because I've heard about
Let's get stabbing. Fill my belly. Dumping there.
I've heard about magic from Kairos Fateweaver, which is the special greater demon of Zinch, that they have a spell that can wipe out a unit of endgame elite infantry with a single cast. Now don't get me wrong, he would cast powerful magic. That might be a tad OP when you can delete a single unit in one cast. Although saying that, I recently almost lost 3 units to a Comet of Casadora, and that was from a fucking quest battle. So I suppose magic does do probably too much damage anyway, in all honesty.
When I get there, gonna stab.
Send me to battle. This is my land. The boys are free.
I'm gonna put him there. There's Ungrim. Missed the magical attacks as well. Exodargo, yeah. Now I've got my purples now. I've got a 27% ward save. What have you got? He's got a 30% ward save. Fuck you, son of a bitch. 55% magic resist? What the fuck? Why? He has 55% magic resistance standard? And from his skills? He's not got a magic resist on his gear. He's got fire resist. But that's specific. That's against just flaming attacks. And we've got 5% magic resistance from killing Ungrim. Oh, what else did that armor give us? Armor 10, melee defense 6. Enemy hero action success chance, wound recovery time -1. Well, I'm hoping to not have to use the wound recovery time, in all honesty. Grimgor hasn't been wounded yet, I'd rather him not be. .63 melee attack he's got now. And then he's got a bang on 150 armor. He's got 68 melee defense, 90 melee attack. So I've got less melee defense than Ungrim, but I've got more melee attack. I've got 99 on that without using any of my add-ons. 836 damage. He's only got 453. And you were beating... I can't remember if it's him or Grombrindle. It might have been Grombrindle. You were beating... Grimgor how? Exactly? That's weird. There we go, upgrade that. Now, normally, as a piece of advice I've given to my friend Overlord recently, normally, when you've got your growth building, you always want your growth early on, so you can try and level up your towns and cities faster. Growth is just something to make things a bit quicker. I would normally always say, construct your walls second. You don't get the walls fully until tier 3, but it gets you a bigger garrison, which makes it easier to defend if you are attacked. Because sometimes you might get attacked by a small shitty army, like 5 to 8 strong, something like that. So it's usually worth building these. In this particular scenario, because the enemies are nowhere near me, I'm going to be building this, purely because I need the obedience. And the obedience well, you can't get the maxed out version, but I can get 6 obedience. And at the moment I'm only at -4. And the corruption will go down, because I'm going to have this guy permanently stationed in this province, and he's going to get +1 obedience as well, making it 7. But I just need to not have to worry about rebellion here, because I can't afford to send an army back to defend one shitty little town. There's still a potential chance we can hold this line, but the problem is I can't make a push. That is still the main problem. I cannot make a push. And if I do make a push, chances are I'm going to get 3 or 4 dwarf armies out of fucking nowhere that'll then kill that army that makes a push. And then they'll probably push back down, claim everything, and we're back to where I started. I need my allies to actually do something. This is now dependent upon them. Now, he's not in a good place. Strength rank wise, apparently he's pretty strong. He's stronger than me, but he's only got 6 settlements. I don't know how that works personally, probably because of all his black arcs. Clan of Shin, on the other hand, is just 1 strength rank higher than me, but has got 42 settlements. They have the settlements, the income for their economy, to produce a lot of armies, and potentially some really strong ones. Whether they will or not is a different story. They probably do have a lot of armies, probably not all good. I imagine some probably to be Skaven fucking slaves, as I usually get when I've got Skaven as an ally. But I need relations with this dickhead to improve. I need him to actually do something. What? Why am I clicking on this guy? No. Clan of Shin. Get off the stupid beastman.
Ashen sea, Ashen here. Yes, yes, we here.
Last time that they got a moderate, when I gave him all my money, apparently now I'm not making, and I've not got enough money in my treasury to make it moderate. And that's just for a defensive alliance. See, the thing there is with the Dark Elves, I've got the -10 to Great Power, which I still don't understand if they're stronger than me. That needs to be... I know they've reworked diplomacy in Warhammer 3. I hope they've removed that. Either removed it or changed it. So you only get the Great Power they condemn trait if you are actually stronger than them. If you are weaker than them on the strength ranking they've given us, you shouldn't be getting Great Power because you're not stronger. So they shouldn't see you as being a nation that's got great power if you're weaker than they are. That makes no sense. And then the problem there is aversion. Aversion I understand, because some races don't get along, they don't like each other. But the aversion there is minus 30 a turn, where with Dark Elves it's minus 10. So with Dark Elves I'm 20%, I'm plus 20 more friendly each turn, because they don't have as big aversion. And aversion doesn't increase or decrease, there's nothing that changes that, it's just what it is standard. I still think it's a bit high for Grimgor, because Skaven and Greenskins have been working hand in glove with each other for quite some time. Don't get me wrong, they do go to war and kill each other sometimes, but like whenever Dwarf Hold falls, it's not generally just because of Greenskins or just because of Skaven. It's because of both. The Greenskins generally attack from above, while the Skaven attack from below. And even then, in the tunnels with the Skaven, you generally get a host of things that don't like the light, like night goblins and certain breeds of cave troll and stuff like that. And they'll go in there and help the Skaven. And because of the amount of numbers that Greenskins and Skaven can pull together, they're like two of the most numerous races in the Warhammer world, and the Dwarves are one of the scarcest. The Dwarves have basically got to kill like probably 1,000 Skaven and Greenskins to each dead Dwarf. Now I know this is Deathmaster here, unless the Dwarves actually did go and raise it. So that should be Deathmaster over there. Ah, damn it. Oh, he's got that as well, so he's got a 30% ward save. Of course he has. Well, at least Grimgor's got close to their ward save, because he's got a lot of character killing abilities. So the Emperor and Balthazar Gelt are both going down Blackfire Pass. Okay. Okay. See, Malus had to go over to fucking Lothen, or Orthwan, should I say, with a bloody 19 Dread Spear army. He's now pissed him off and they started bringing more armies here. When he wiped out, what's his name, Alistair and those two armies that were with him, they'd not brought an army back, and had probably kind of forgotten for a while. But he had to go over there and fucking take one of the towns and piss him off. He couldn't have just stayed over here and dealt with the enemies here. You've lost against the High Elves, Malekith, accept it. You've now got enemies over here to deal with that are much closer to home. Deal with this threat, otherwise we'd lose. Stop worrying about the bloody High Elves. Yes, they are a concern, but not right fucking now. Oh shit.
Now's the time. Start the war.
Right, before I do anything else, I'm going to save this here. Because this needs to be saved before I move anything. Because I see a potential shitstorm coming my way. And again, if I have to lose a city over a town, I'd lose a town. I'd keep the city. But if I have to lose a city over an army, I would keep the army. Because the time it's going to take me to recruit a new army is going to be several turns, probably 4 or 5 at least. And obviously I need a new lord and new heroes. Now in the case of Arog and his heroes, which are all immortal, I believe they are, I could wait for them to come back. But in losing the army as well, they can also lose some equipment. What if the dwarves get the Trickster's Helm or the Talisman of Endurance? That lord is then permanently weaker, because he's lost part of his ward save. And he's going to struggle enough against fucking them characters anyway. Now I know that Ungrim's here, but he's got no other dwarf army backing him up, nowhere close. If I'm not mistaken, Deathmaster just took that, so I know for certain the dwarves aren't there. And it looks like they've not got anyone in here. If they are, they're not actually stationed in one of the towns or cities, because there's no military presence. Now the Emperor's come up here, or the Empire should I say, with an arm, which I knew at some point he would. But see, the delicious thing about it is, these can't underway, so they can't jump from like here to here like the dwarves can. And unlike the dwarves, they take lots of mounted attrition. They've not taken lots yet, but it's still going to be another turn before he can get there, because that's him moving in march stance. So once he's out of march stance, he'll be able to move to probably about here. Now he could move so far and go into encampment stance, but then he moves even slower, because encampment stance is like 50% of their movement. And I've got Ungrim there. If need be, I could trigger that ambush and fight it, because we're a melee army. We don't give a shit about being ambushed. All that does is bring his units closer to mine. And when you're a melee army, you don't really care how close they are to you. It's a little concern. So that's problem number one. Here, he's okay for the time being. Emperor and Balthazar Gelt, if they decide to team up, could become an issue if they go up here. But then it will be my full garrison and my army on those two. Although I don't want to put any of these heroes or the Lord near the Emperor, because the Emperor is maxed out level 40 with all his nasty shit. So my guys will get killed. Although his armor's not terribly potent. He's got some shit units, some good units, and they're not all massively ranked. Same with Balthazar's army as well. And at least like this army, that's what I like to see, is not a single gold ranked unit. These are rank 6, and we know why. We'll look at it the other day. The Gunnery School of Nuln is +4 recruit rank for artillery. I'm not sure if that's just in that province or faction wide, but they're going to probably recruit or globally recruit their units from Nuln. So you've got them at rank 4 from that one building. If the general in question has like something that gives them +2 ranks, or there's something else in the province, then that's why they get rank 6. Everything else is rank 3 or 4, which is the ranks that new recruited units probably should be at in most cases, with odd exceptions, like I can recruit rank 8 to rank 9 Black Orcs, but it's because, again, I've got a special building that allows me to do so. I can't recruit them that high in the province. Now the problem is here, because that's been taken, so it's no longer Malekith's. So the next province in line is Barak Var. I could attack Grombrindal with Arog and kill Grombrindal off, but my army's going to get injured, and it's going to need at least 1 turn of recovery, which these fuckers won't give me. Now, I could kill Grombrindal and fuck off, come back here to Dotkaraz, get out of the way. These two whose armies I can't see, he's an immortal lord, that one, because he's above level 20. That guy isn't, and neither's that guy. But between these here, there's another 46 units. There's 20 there and 6 there. And pretty much guarantee, if I don't kill Grombrindal, all 3, and maybe even that one, are going to attack Barak Var the turn after. And there's no way I can beat 3 armies of dwarves. Maybe 2, because I've got my full garrison. But there's no way I can beat 3. So what I could try and do is attack him, kill him, and then get the fuck out of Dodge. If they attack Barak Var, I've just got to hope they don't attack it that turn. in terms of like actually engaging the siege battle. Because if I can move back to say Dot Karaz, I can get my turn recovery, or 2 if I need it. And then I can move hit to attack with Barak Var's army. Because if it's 2 armies on 2, I can fight that battle. If it's equal armies, should win it 99% of the time with my armies, as long as I know what I'm doing. And as long as like they're not super ridiculously high ranked and got loads of broken shit. So I should be pretty good if it's equal units. It's when they outnumber me and they bring in that extra 20. Especially when it's dwarves. But even Empire could present an issue. If 3 Empire armies came at me, that's not a favourable fight. I need to keep it even. Even or in my favour. Which is hard because of how many armies they can produce as an AI. If I move there... Right, he's going to take the fight. He's not running like a coward. I can respect that. Right. What is that? Take that off. That's a stupid fucking thing to have. I could actually give that to one of those. That'd be a bad idea. Then getting in a bit quicker might be a bad thing. Charge bonus. Probably give that the Arachnarok Spider. Because it's pretty quick. And what I can do is I can quick save it. I'm not going to fight it, because obviously, like, for example, that's saying I'll lose 3 units of Black Orcs and a unit of Skulkers. Now, I have lost some Black Orcs from this army recently, but it's unlikely against this army. I mean, he's got Regiment Renown Ironbreakers, 3 rank 7 plus hammers, and then 2 artillery Rogan guns. I've noticed the dwarf armies are coming with less and less range units and more melee units. But because their melee units have much more research, and if he's using the right traits in the red tree, the battle skills, they can outscale my Black Orcs, especially a rank 7 and above. It doesn't appear to have it on these, because I'm pretty sure above rank 7 that they get physical resistance, which would make them an arse-ache to kill. But what I will do is, I will leave this part here for today. I'm going to try and get them a bit shorter, so I can get more recordings in. And I will start with this battle in the next part. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're around here, please drop me a subscription. It's free, helps grow the channel. I really appreciate it. If you want any of my links to my other stuff, it's down below in the description. They're all there, leading to various ways to support and catch up with me or contact me. And if you leave me a comment, I'll get back to you. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.